Morning, everybody. This is Mike with Pfeiffer Hobby Supply. I'm going to give you another look at the fourth edition of the renovation of the ACT Railroad. I hope you enjoy it. I have most of the track tacked down. I have a firm track plan, and I've started doing a little bit of construction on the window box in the garage. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, here we go. We're going to go into the room and I'm going to try and give you the latest tour. This end down here is pretty much as you saw it last time. No changes have been made there other than I have the track tacked down going across this bridge here. I have also applied a homemade bridge to the super elevated curve there, and all that's tacked down. That road crossing that you see right there, there will actually be a road crossing there, duh, and it will go underneath this bridge alongside the railroad and disappear into the backdrop. As we come around, you can see that I've now got the double crossovers put in. And coming down here, you can see the arroyo on the backdrop back there. That'll hopefully extend underneath those two bridges there and come out into some kind of ponding area or just run down this way and basically disappear. I'm going to turn the camera around, try to get a shot of down the yard here and how it panned out. I still got a lot of tools and stuff laying around. I hope you'll excuse that. I did the turnouts in this fashion here as opposed to a conventional ladder to get the tracks closer together so that I didn't have a big spread out yard and I have plenty of room for buildings and roads on either side of the yard area. Panning back here a little bit, you can see that there's also an external yard that allowed me to do a little bit of switching down to the highway that crosses the main line. Coming back here, I'm going to try and get up and you can kind of look down the back track and see down there at the end there's another double crossover, and where that steps out there will be a large grain elevator flat inserted there. At this point you can see that I've also elevated the track considerably far back, which creates only a 1% grade from this point to those double bridges down there. And then it's about 1.5% to the tall bridge, and then 2% up and down going around the loops underneath the bridge. Now we're down at the south yard end. You can see how the yard tracks come together. The switch on the right hand side of the screen here will go on down and hopefully go into the, if you remember the old layout, I had a car repair shed that had a welder in it, and it will go down there. It had an overhead crane in it that I had done an article on at one time. You can see the double crossover in the back. It comes around to another super elevated curve, and you'll see a turnout in there, and if I can get the camera up high enough here, you'll see that actually that's going to be a reversing section. I hope you can see that. That will allow me to take any train from track to track on the double crossovers and reverse the direction of travel of the train. Coming around, all this track is now down permanently. My trusty hot glue gun, who could live without one? You'll see that I've remotely started the tunnel area. This is what I'm going to work on as soon as I get done with the video here. I have the backing in, which is basically foam core board. I have some tunnel portals that are just cut out of the foam core board because they will eventually be covered with other types of scenery. This one here that you're looking at now will have a building in front of it and an overpass in front of the building, so it will appear that the railroad is going under an overpass and around the backside of the building, which it won't, but that's hopefully the idea. The backside will just have a hill with buildings elevated up on it, and the in-between section will have a slope going up to it, and we'll have buildings sitting up on top of it to give you the impression that it's going up a hill and that the buildings and the road and so forth are going up a hill at that point. Speaking of roads, coming back here, I'm going to show you, you probably noticed this road crossing here. The road will come from the far right, go directly through this center portion here, over the overpass that I used to have over the yard on the old layout, and back down into the middle here, and then the road will continue up the hill that I'm planning on building against the foam core board there and disappear into the backdrop. I was hoping maybe to put the river along the edge of the layout here, just a slight irregular edge of it, and just to give the impression that the river was following along the yard here, and then at some point come off the layout. If I back up here slightly, this area approximately right here is going to be where the control panel is, and of course on the next video I'll give you guys a lot more information and hopefully pictures of how that progress takes place. And I thank you guys for watching today, and I hope you're enjoying the series. Thank you guys from myself and Robin and Pfeiffer Hobby Supply.